Are we recording now?
Yeah, we are.
Have we started? Oh,
We're
yeah.
we're 6 minutes
Okay,
in.
so welcome. We're 6 minutes in. Welcome everybody to the first and hopefully not the last episode of Fat Whales Games podcast. So it's brought to you by two guys on lockdown. And every episode, we are going to bring you news. We're going to talk about um, things that are important in this industry that we love in the video game space, and things that involve those things as well. Right. So my name is Ed. With me is my co-captain Gerard, and welcome to the very first one. Okay, so
Mm.
let's get things rolling. Today we are going to talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake, and what a game! What a game! So Gerard, what's your history with Final Fantasy VII?
Oh, holy shit. Um, that's a lot. That's a lot to cover. That's a hell of a lot to cover. So, um, you and me, we go way back, right? You and
Mm-hmm.
me, we go way back. We had lots of discussions about all the other Final Fantasy games when they came out, right? You and I had the very first discussion of Final Fantasy VIII, uh, regarding the swords and the Guardian forces and whatnot. That's the earliest I remember of us having discussions about a Final Fantasy game. But with seven, it was really not there. You know, we didn't really have much to talk about back then because, uh, as far as I know, you played eight first before seven, and
Mm,
I played
yeah.
seven and then stopped and then finished it at a later date. So, um, but looking at my history, with Final Fantasy VII, it just was pure hype. You know, it was pure hype when they showed it as a tech demo for the PlayStation 3, and then I just got tired of waiting. So, after I got tired of waiting, I didn't really think that I would be buying the remake. I didn't think I would be even taking a look at whatever the remake was. It's like, it's just pure hype at this point, and I don't care. But on launch date, I gave in. I gave in, man. My heart couldn't take it. Like, I had to play this game. Like, this game, even similar to you, even when I played 8 and 9,
Mm-hmm.
I still went back to this game, and the story and everything that comes with it. Just holy crap, man! It was a beautiful game, and it deserves all the accolades that it got back then. I mean, it was not a perfect game. It was not a beautiful game in any sense of the imagination. So yeah, that's kind of my brief
After
history.
going through eight,
Yeah, after going through the others,
yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I get you, man. Like my first Final Fantasy is, yeah, just like you. It's eight, and people keep on debating, or people keep on telling me that seven was the best, or is still the best. It's King of the Mountain, right? And I
Hmm.
never believed them because I compared like screenshots and images of gameplay from the original Final Fantasy VII, and I figured like you gotta be shitting me, right? No, it's there's no way that this one is better than eight, right? So I played it at a later time. Um, just fell in love with it, right? With the characters, the story, um,
Very much, very much.
how one of an endearing character will meet an untimely end, and all that fun stuff,
Oh,
right?
come
So,
on.
um, I came, I came with this. I came into this um, huge nostalgia push. It was a pure nostalgia drive, and yeah, this is a fantastic game. So, um, just to set expectations, right? We both haven't finished it. We're right around chapter 14. So if you have gone past that point, perfect, right? So as early as now, we're letting you know we're going to talk about stuff about the chapters that we've experienced so far. So there might be potential spoilers. So if you're not really looking to have aspects of it revealed to you. If this is your first run in with Final Fantasy VII, this might not be the best
Video
content
to
to
watch,
watch or
yeah.
video, right? So,
Very much so.
uh, you can check us out once you have finished the game, right? And we'd love to hear something from you. Yeah, but so now that you are a little past chapter 14, how's your experience so far?
Oh man. Um, I can't say that I'm not drawn into playing it. It's just that you know why
Hmm.
I stopped, right? You know why I stopped playing the game for a little bit. So the
Hmm.
story goes is that I was too excited about. I was really excited about the game, but I didn't have anybody to talk to. Especially, you're the guy that I go to when I talk about video games. Like we'd spend hours on end just talking video games and
Yeah.
you weren't able to get your copy not until like just
I wonder
recently.
why. I wonder why. I wonder what's going on in the world.
Yeah, with the pandemic and everything, so you got your copy late. So I stopped for a cool 2 to 3 weeks, right? Because I wanted to share that experience with you, and
Mm.
um, so far, uh, I don't know. I think I didn't really have expectations. That's why this game has been, lack of a better term, is like blowing my mind. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
everybody had a lot, or not everybody, but a lot of people had expectations going in. Like they know what they want. They were hoping to get. I didn't. I didn't have expectations. I didn't watch any trailers. I didn't watch any marketing material that they put out, or I didn't read any articles. Not nothing. So the first time I went into
Mm.
this game, it was, so I didn't play the demo. So I didn't play the demo. So this was absolutely surreal, and it still is. It still is. I still can't believe I'm playing a new Final Fantasy VII game in 2020. That's just
Yeah.
amazing. That's just absolutely amazing to me. But of course, getting to this point, of course, the game isn't perfect. It may be the fastest selling game right now, number one fastest selling game for the PlayStation 4, but it doesn't.
Mm.
It's not without its flaws, of course. Not one game is absolutely perfect. Even the ones that were given like 10 out of 10, I'm pretty sure there are parts of those that are flawed. This included. And one of the main things that I was actually talking to you about last time was the
Mm.
aesthetics, man. The aesthetics of this game.
Mm.
Though it's absolutely gorgeous, the world, the initial introduction to you and that and in that train station, right? So when you get
Yeah.
down there, everything is beautiful as crap. And when you finally get out of that place and you finally get a chance to explore, um, hold up. Yeah, my dog's noisy. Sorry about that. I think he's sad. Give me one sec.
Yeah.
I wonder why. All right. Where was I? Yeah, the aesthetics of the game.
This.
So yeah, so when you finally when you finally have the time to look around and you see there are actually some stuff that was not as good. From afar it looks good, right? From a certain distance it looks nice, but when you finally get close
Mm.
to certain parts of the game, you're like, it's not what it.
The
It's,
flowers.
oh, the flowers, yeah,
The flower.
the flowers in Aerith's home in Sector 5. It was like,
Still looks great. Still looks great, but yeah, flowers aren't that good when you come close.
yeah. Walls
Yeah.
aren't that nice. Water doesn't look that good either.
That's
Yeah,
why it's like all sewer system, right? So there's an excuse to make it murky. And so I get that.
yeah. And also the other thing about this is what's your take on the and we had this discussion earlier. Like I just don't feel like some characters in this game, the way they look, don't fit in this world. Like they're still stuck. They're still stuck in the original format. You know what I mean? Like how they look back
Mm.
then. They're still. I mean, look at Tifa. She was brought to the 21st century, man. Her looks, everything, Aerith. Well, even though she looks the same, like you can argue that she looks the same. She looks absolutely
Her
gorgeous, but it's updated.
dress looks fantastic. Yeah,
It's updated,
it's
right?
been updated. Yeah,
But Cloud, man.
he's the hero. People have got to remember who he is. I think that's their way of preserving the look. He is the most iconic, I think, most iconic character of the bunch. So that's why they have to retain as much of the original look as much as they could. Right? They did make some changes. I appreciate the color scheme now. He doesn't look as purple as
He's purple.
he did
Yeah,
go
yeah.
back in '97, right? So he has that purple uniform. He has that purple soldier uniform. Now it's a lot darker, a lot stealth. Has that stealth look to it. So I appreciate that. Um, the bangles have also changed. The bangles around his hands. Um, I hate the shoulder plate though. I hate the shoulder plate with the screwdriver sticking out. I hate that. Um,
Ever since, like ever
but yeah,
since,
th- those weren't screwdrivers originally.
there were
If you
studs,
take
right?
a look at the original, it's like studs.
Yeah.
It's not spiky. It's like blunts, right? So it's like, how do I best describe it? It's those are not screwdrivers, man. This innovation, this change, I don't know why, but it made it like, dude, I got no money. Let me just put this on my shoulder and all's good. Like, and there's screwdrivers sticking out.
but
Oh man, that
but you
was
have to appreciate you have to appreciate the the effort that went into it. Like the patina, you can actually see that no matter where you are, no matter what part of the game you are, when you gloss over Cloud's like shoulder armor, you can see rust, you can see scuffs and broken pieces, and the patina is there too. Um, well, they
you
were,
didn't need to have a didn't need to have a screwdriver though. I mean, a screw,
but to be honest, it's not
man.
that's not really the one thing that bothers me with him. You know, the one thing that bothers me with Cloud is
The
the
pants.
pants. It's like
That's true. Like it would have looked a lot nicer if it was more
sleeker.
applicable or a lot more relatable to 2020 or 2019.
Yeah,
But I
because the fashion sense that they or the fashion of the people around is different. Like you can see the world is different. It's more modern compared to back then. I mean, they kept a lot of the same style. It's a kind of 50s, I think. Like yeah, the cars and the designs kind of like the 50s New York vibe kind of thing, but
mm,
it looks a lot more modern. There are people there with hoodies, like sleeveless hoodies. Like you don't see that in the 50s.
yeah.
There are people there with sleeveless hoodies, walking around looking like Cisco, and it's just a more modern aesthetic. But Cloud is still stuck in the 90s, man. He's still the Cloud that we know, sporting those baggy pants, and I think it got baggier. I checked again. I looked again, and the guy from the 1997 in the motorcycle had less baggier pants than he has now.
No, no. I think it's more. He had MC Hammer pants, '97.
Parachute
where it's
pants.
not towards the baggy part. It's around the knee section of the pants, right?
That's
When
it.
you take a look at 97 model or 97 design for Cloud, it kind of cuts off. It's kind of like a zoot suit from Tom and Jerry. It's around the waist. The knee area has, but it tapers towards the ankles, right? So um, I think they changed that into a lot. I don't know. I don't even know, but yeah. I suppose it's because the engine or the hardware that they use would be around what? When did they announce this? When did they start making this? Um,
2015, I think, was the initial announcement that they were going to be
2015.
making it. I'm not sure. I don't
Five,
have.
6 years. 5 weeks, 5 6 years when they started to make this, right? And the age really shows. What I mean by this is that all of the resources, right? All of the resources is really obvious that they spent it on character models. The characters look fantastic compared to NPCs and whatnot, right? And you would see some of the textures, you would see some of the environments that you'd think, oh no, it's just loading, but it really is. It really does look that way. So the resources were really spent making them look good, making them look, like you said, like they look gorgeous. Jesus, when I was talking to Aerith and she'd come close to your face, right? She looked fantastic, right? So I think it's because of the resources, right? There's not a lot that they could have done past then, but yeah, I agree. The pants made him out of. But if you really think about it, right? If you put all four of them together, you put Cloud, Aerith, Tifa, and Barrett together in a crowd,
Here,
they'd
here.
they'd stand out. You know what I mean? Like a sore thumb. Like you'd be
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they'd be easy to spot. Hey, let's look for the terrorists. Wait, there they are. 'Cause they're so different from everybody else. So I don't think that the detail with Cloud, though it does annoy me when I'm walking around, right? How unnatural the pants look. But yeah, right? Especially when you're running around, right?
True,
And the
true, true.
pants doesn't really move a lot. It's just there. There are wrinkles to it, sure. But in the near the waist towards the leg area, um, it's a little fitted. But down towards the ankles, it's like you gave him an Aladdin treatment, right? So man, that 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 was not nice to see. But hey, Cloud was never my favorite anyway, so I would rather much focus on the characters
Just a just
that I
just a
grew
quick
up liking.
just a quick side question here before we move on. Um, who would you consider like the best protagonist, or not really the best, but one that you kind of liked more than Cloud, or you would prefer to be the poster
Final
boy?
Fantasy series.
Yeah, Final Fantasy series. Gabranth. It's too funny.
Sephiroth. um, mm, Protagonist.
The chocobos. Looks
Red 13.
sported sported a better blonde hair than Cloud.
With
The
blonde
chocobos.
look, a better
Yeah,
blonde look.
yeah.
Sleek back. Um, Final Fantasy, better protagonist.
Than Cloud.
You know what? I can't think of one because they all suck. I'm sorry for fans. If you take a look at the early ones, right? They're practically the same. Bart's, you got the Warrior of Light, you got Furion, you got the Onion Knight. The Onion Knight is just us, essentially, right? Because
Hmm.
you changed the name, I believe. I've never really played four. Then came 5 and 6. You got Terra, you got Cecil. I've always liked supporting characters, believe it or not. I like Sabin from Final Fantasy. Shoot, I forgot where Sabin's from. Sabin 5, I think. Um, I liked. Who are the? I like Quistis from 8. I like Laguna from 8. Um,
Yeah.
I like supporting characters more than the protagonists because I always found Final Fantasy protagonists to be lame as shit. Right?
But
Look,
at
they're
least,
all
um, Titus, Titus, right? At least Titus had the
look at the
courtesy to die.
yeah, but look at the common factors between them. You take Cloud, you take Squall, you take Lightning, you take who's the Noctis from
Noctis.
15. They're all like brooding characters, like
Yeah.
silent and right. It's boring. Like Zidane is cheerful, but he doesn't fit the seven aesthetic. Um,
Titus doesn't fit that.
Vaughn Titus doesn't fit that aesthetic too. A little futuristic. I don't know. Maybe no Cecil. Maybe Cecil. Right. For Final Fantasy VI, my favorite was Kane.
The Dragoon.
Right. So the Dragoon. So still a supporting character.
Yeah.
So
So,
um,
anyways, I mean,
I don't know.
we
Can't
we
answer that question.
we yeah, we sound like we're nitpicking, but because you spend a whole lot of time playing these
Mm,
characters, and it's not different for this game, right? So you spend a whole lot of time with these characters, so that's the one thing you notice most of the time. Like Ed was saying earlier about the pants not moving too much, it's because that's what you notice. So it's not really
you
nit.
see all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So we're not really nitpicking.
Yeah,
It's just that that's what you see every time. You rarely get to
yeah. But
use other characters around to walk around, right?
to clarify, I'm talking about 97 Cloud. This Cloud is a whole lot better. I'm liking this Cloud. There's a lot more. Um, he's a lot more conscious about the world around him, right?
He
I
gets
remember
affected more. Yeah.
he gets affected to a degree. He's still sociopathic at some points of the game, right? He doesn't really care about anybody but himself.
Yeah.
But you see moments where he can relate to characters. He can, like when Marlene, what's this? When Marlene got scared of him, right? He wasn't like, oh, he wasn't uncomfortable and tried to change, right? He was just, all right, you're scared of me, cool, right? So to me, he still has that sociopathic tendencies, but he's to a certain degree he can relate now. He can react now. Um, a lot of my favorite conversations from the remake are from Cloud not being Cloud, right? So I like this version of him. I think this version of him, if they were able to incorporate that in the original Final Fantasy, it would have been a whole lot better. Like the conversations with his teammates, with his colleagues, with his friends, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
would have been a better experience versus somebody who just shrugs all the time. That's all that 97 Cloud did, right? All right. When I step on the flowers, not my fault because I'm Cloud. I'm the best. So it's it that it didn't do a lot for me, right? And towards the end of the original Final Fantasy VII, he was just a bitch, right? So remember he went catatonic, and when he came to, he was just a bitch, right? So it was hard to root for Cloud at that point in time. I was rooting for Sephiroth. I think I lost the first boss fight with Sephiroth intentionally, so that he wins. I threw him a bone. I think. I'm kidding. I was I was a bitch. I lost the first time. So, um, but yeah, I was hoping Sephiroth would win. So I just hated 97 Cloud. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So, and then
Well,
came Advent Children. I didn't. It didn't make me like Cloud
any better?
ever so slightly. It was the same. All what's missing was all right. So he only got a bit of emotion when Aerith is shown. Like he would see flashbacks, or he would see her in his head, right? He would show a little bit of emotion. I hate this. I hate that version of Cloud. This is a lot better. What they did with Cloud here was fantastic, phenomenal, phenomenal character work,
Yeah,
right?
and
And because of that,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
and one of the just adding on to what you said earlier, and one of the things that I remember particularly about playing Cloud this time around is that remember when you were cut off the second mission? I forgot which chapter that was. Right, so they had a meeting, and then you were cut off from the mission,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And then everybody was partying. They were talking in the background, and you were still sitting at the bar, and then you're hearing all these things. I think it's playing. It's playing with your emotions. Where I really wanted to be part of that, because when Cloud goes
yeah.
out of the bar, he's like
It's like, all
he's
right, cool.
pissed, right? He's
I,
pissed.
I don't need this. Like, I'm here for the money. I'm here to get paid. So, yeah. Um, he was true to the old character for the first few chapters, and then and you get to see him change, right?
Mm,
Slowly he reacts. He laughed, right? He laughed during the early chapters. Was that a laugh from Jesse?
mm.
Was that a smile? Something like that, right? So that's really out of character, right? But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, the way he another thing I love is that they fleshed out all of his wait, sorry, no, minor characters. I think is still being too generous. Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse were just a footnote in the original. Was an afterthought in the original game, right? Now they're given personality. They've been given story, right?
Hmm.
And Cloud's relationship with those three. That was something good to watch. That was something good to see, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So they did a fantastic job with that one.
All right. Let's see here. With with what you said with footnotes with Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse.
Yeah.
This time I didn't really expect that they were gonna make such a huge deal with them, right? I never thought that this was gonna be an addition. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna make more
Um,
emotional connections to Cloud. You get to visit Jessie in her house, right?
hmm Yeah.
And even with Cloud being this normally this brooding um, teenage fueled or angst fueled teenager normally that you'd see
Well, typical pubescent
emo
guy.
kid. It's your best emo kid, yeah. Um, you can feel like because you're the one controlling Cloud and you're the one going there. You kind of know. You kind of feel like Cloud also wants to go there. Like he's just hiding his emotions generally. It's not like
Mm.
it's a mission. It's more like
Like he wants to say yes. You
yeah,
know,
right, right.
in your mind, right? You're creating this narrative because of how much he's changed. Because he's not like the '97 Cloud anymore.
Mm.
You're creating a narrative in your mind, which adds up to the nostalgia factor of it. Like I wanna come over. I wanna open this door. I wanna see where this goes, right? Because
Yeah.
Jesse was really flirty in that chapter, right? Like really flirty, and I want to
Mm-hmm.
see where
Mm-hmm.
this goes. And he goes, "That's a bad idea." Oh, okay, all right, okay. You still got your head on your shoulders. All right, cool. All right, so there those minor things like that.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, just the character relationships, man. This I never got to say it, right? Because right, we jumped to aesthetic. I never got to say it, but this is. I feel like this has got to be. Maybe it's the isolation, or maybe it's the stuck indoors that's making me say it. But this has got to be one of the best games I've ever played. Right, like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
said, right? I just want to echo on that sentiment that you said. This game is not perfect. Sweet lord, there would be like textures that doesn't pop in, like right. You're kind of taken out of it. The immersion is gone. But you know, um, I never thought I needed this game. Like we had that conversation before. I told you that I'm gonna be excited for it because it's gonna have like the revamped models, the
Mm-hmm.
revamped character models. But at the same time, I know this is gonna be a part of it. I know that I'm gonna have to wait for part two, so that's gonna suck, right? So, but playing this game, right, the battle system. Oh God, I can't wait to talk about the battle system. But the battle system, the soundtrack, right, where it goes from themes that you're familiar with, but then when you go into critical or to crucial events,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of gets remixed, revamped, gets you pumped up, right? Fighting boss fights, you have that orchestra, you have the instruments playing the background, gets you pumped up. And so I'm always looking for the next fight. I'm always where can I pick up a fight here? So right, so I can experience the combat system more. Um,
So we're in the middle of talking about the world now, right? The entire
yeah,
world. So
yeah,
it's not. I like that you mentioned the soundtrack and the
yeah.
thing about the thing about the entire world. If you haven't picked this game up, I highly suggest you do. So far, it's been really amazing, and I have no doubts that the way the first part is gonna end is just going to be it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be fun, definitely,
Mhm.
because I haven't heard any bad things yet.
Yeah.
Anyways, you, you,
Even the
you
even the even the initial critique, right? Even
yeah,
the initial complaint that people said, "What? It's just till mid until you get out of Midgar. This is gonna be short. This is gonna be like, dude, this game is meaty as fuck.
it's
The
not.
content is crazy for something like this. For that part of the story, right? For that part, it is packed with content.
It is.
It's
It is.
crazy,
It
and I'm
is
not
not.
even done yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're still at 40, and it's not a ground zeros. You know what I mean?
not ground zero where the fun starts after the game is over. Right here, there's so much to see. There's so much to do. Right. I guess. I don't know about you, but I guess the only gripe I have about the world is that when you check the map, right? There are places where it would kind of suggest that, hey, check me out, come here, come on, explore. I am a little linear, but hey, come on, visit me. When you go there, there's nothing. What am I looking at? What am I supposed to what am I
Eh,
supposed to do? No chests, no nothing.
yep.
It's just a blank. It's just blank. There's like graffiti or whatnot. There would be like tools but around, but
Yeah.
there's nothing really. What? Okay, so I guess for the world, since we're talking about the environment, I love how I get to see a game that I adore years ago, right? Get this interpretation, get this visual representation that holy shit. Okay, so yeah, I this is how I can see it, right? It starts off with your imagination,
Hmm.
and they're just gonna follow through, right? This is how I've always seen this town to be, right? This is how I've always seen, let's say, Don Corneo's mansion,
Hmm.
right? This I've always seen it when how it's going to look when games are made today, right? So this is how I imagine it. The game just picks it up and then tells you, you know what, you know the thing that you imagined. You're right, and here's so much more, right? So I love that I get to see this world realized, like how games are supposed to be done in today with
Right.
today's technology, right? And I just the only part I hate about the world is that how it encourages you to kind of sort of explore, but it doesn't reward you for it. You know, like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool, you
True.
just saw the corner, you completed the map, good job, kid. Now go and fight somebody, right? So I,
True.
that's my gripe. That's my gripe for it. So how about you, man? How do you find the world?
The
How do you find the
the environments, yeah, pretty much the same thing. Like when you try to go somewhere, you'd be surprised to
environment?
see nothing. and there are
Nothing.
and probably one of the most annoying things that happens to you in this game. Like again, this is not
Yeah.
perfect. Like when you open boxes, you slash boxes.
Mm, yeah.
You just slash boxes. That's it.
You
Oh,
select.
box.
Oh. Since we're talking about that, right? The chests. I don't know if you have the same issue, and for those of you who are listening to this, you might have encountered this. You never fully really, when it asks you to press triangle, right, to open a chest. I don't know
Mhm.
about you, but I always miss the mark. Like when I'm okay, cool, a chest. I'll go towards the chest, and the icon never appears. Like I never fully how do I explain it? Like when with certain games, right? When you kind of you're in close proximity with the chest, there's already a prompt for you to a button to push. It automatically opens the chests, right? Here, it's like you have to be perfectly facing the chest for you to be able to open it, right? And then when you miss it, you can't open it. Oh, come on! Like the prompts, like the ladders and whatnot. Other games are a lot more forgiving in a sense that when you're close to it, you can press the prompt and you do the action, right? Here, when you're facing a ladder, you have to cloud has to be let me align myself
Where did you
to
feel this
this
the most? Where
ladder.
did you feel this
There,
the most?
there.
Where,
Um,
train
where
yard.
there's a verticality, where you have to climb up, where you would find paths to chests. I'd say
This was annoying in the train yard, the train graveyard.
the train yard, yeah, the train yard, and where is that?
Sector 5.
The warehouse. The warehouse, yeah, with them
Yeah.
spooks.
Oh yeah. It was annoying with that. I didn't have a problem with the tunnel because it was pretty straightforward. I didn't have issues there. Um, but yeah, we were talking about music earlier and the soundtrack of this game, and I I didn't want to skip this, but this game has two soundtracks. This game has two soundtracks, and one is the remake. One is the remake, and one is the collection that you get from wherever you go. You go to
Mm,
a store and there's like what do you call this?
they're
A,
selling this.
yeah, a vinyl playing, right? So yeah, that's my girlfriend. So uh, so a vinyl playing, you'd be hearing it.
You don't need to rub it in for that, right? You don't need to rub it in.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
yeah. I guess you know people might be watching this like who the hell is that in the background? Like what are you?
Yeah, I mean, they type in the comments who that,
Who
and
that?
then you have to. Oh, come on, now you don't need to rub it in.
Right.
Like,
So, but anyways, yeah. So this game has two soundtracks. One is the new score for the remake, and the other one is that those vinyls that you get the collections. You sometimes when you end up in a rest spot where there's a bench. By the way, the bench
yeah,
has the logo of the old save point. Uh,
and the bench. You know what? You know what I hate? The bench is unpredictable. Yeah, for
why?
everybody listening, and if you don't mind spoilers, right? Bench are like how you heal when you save, right?
Mhm.
So here you got to do it. You got to do it. You can save anytime, but the bench, when you sit on the bench, you heal, right? So what I hate about the bench, all right, I hate this, is when I'm after a tough fight, right? After a tough fight, I'm bleeding, right?
Mhm.
The screen is red. You know you're almost fucked,
Mhm.
and I heal. I use potions. Oh shit. I mean, you encounter another fight. Oh no, I gotta heal. Heal up, heal up, heal up. I spend some items only to realize, only to see that there's a bench in the next area. And I'll be like, so I spent items to put me in perfect health, and here you were the whole time.
That
Okay.
happened. That happened to me with the warehouse. You know how when you battle the ghost, right? There's a bench there.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a bench. There's the warehouse
On
and
the
the
outside of
control
the
room.
office.
Yeah, the outside of the office. There's a bench there, and
Yeah.
I was about to leave. I was on the third cabin or the third cart for the train, and I said like, oh shit, there might not be any chairs where I'm going, so I'm gonna just go back really quick. And it's not like an easy go back just and then come back
Mm.
quick, right? So you go back, you go up the stairs, you go through the rooms,
Oh man, I know
you,
what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I can relate to this. Okay, keep going, keep going.
and then okay, I'm good now. I got all the items. Let me see if I have to buy some stuff. Nope. All right, I'm gonna go back. Exit the train. There's a chair right there.
When you get off the train, usually it tells you, right? Usually it does a good job. When you see a bench, most probably you're in for a tough fight. Probably. But the problem is, after that tough fight, where are you gonna go, right? So especially if the path towards the previous chair, the previous bench is already blocked,
Blocked.
right?
Yeah.
So oh no, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Oh no, okay, let me use this expensive potion. Let me use this mega potion right here. Let me use some either, because you don't know what spooks are gonna come out of the corners, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when you're done, when you're fully healed, you're good to go. You come out the room. There's a bench. What the?
It's true.
What are you
It's
doing?
annoying. It's annoying. Um, God damn. But I do like how those benches have the save point logo, like the C, the
Save
weird ass
point.
C. Yeah, it's on there, and it's like potion or whatever. Like that's nice. That's a neat callback to save points.
The
Save points
original.
were a thing. Save points were a thing back then. You couldn't save anywhere.
Yeah, kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kids.
kids. Just in case you don't know, right?
Uh,
Before, for Japanese RPGs or some games, for you to save, you need to go through something for you to be able to do so.
Holy shit.
You can what you can relate it to would be the bonfires and the
Dark Souls.
Souls game.
It's
Yeah,
not the
so
same, but it's
not
kind
the
of the same.
same, but yeah, it's close enough,
I can
right?
already hear the
Not
okay
like
boomers comments.
yeah, okay, okay, boomer, save points. What a bunch of bullshit. Right? So
What a bunch of boomer bullshit.
cut the crap, old man.
Right.
Well, you can save anytime. Yeah, it's not like you ever needed a device to save your games, and right. So I'm gonna just keep quiet and
Oh,
throw my memory card
back in
in the trash.
my I throw a memory card back in 1998. Yeah,
Back
whatever. Holy shit. Yeah. Speaking of that, that is we're already at the part where we're talking about the quality of life stuff in this game, right?
mm,
So
quality of life. Oh man, dude. Quality of life for this game. I appreciate the core upgrade system so much. Oh boy.
preach,
Um,
preach.
right. So in this game, when you use your weapons, I mean, you don't need to use all the weapons to upgrade them or to level them up. It simultaneously um,
It levels up with you.
gets points or gross widget, right? So even if you get a weapon late in the game, it's kind of proactively stored, like the points that you've earned for that weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So if you buy something and you're worried, like, oh no, how am I supposed to level this up? You don't need to worry because that's possible with a core upgrade system. My God! All right, so and another thing I appreciate is that if you get your ass kicked, you can always get out of it. Then set yourself up, and then you go fight. Right. So an example would be we have in the Final Fantasy VII remake, you have the assess materia that you can use for you to be able to check the weaknesses and the strengths of a particular enemy. Doesn't matter what it is.
Or
Right. So when you find
see what you can steal from them. Right.
you can steal from them, right? Or if you can pick up skills from that enemy. Now, let's say you find out that this particular enemy is weak to lightning or to ice or to fire, whatever the case may be, and you don't have it for that character. That's okay. So if you get your ass kicked, you can always get out and then equip those materia, and then you can come back and beat them up, right? So I appreciate that it's you don't have to go go back to like the old save file that you've got that's like a minutes away that you have to you still have to make your way towards the boss fight. I never had to go through a boss fight more than 2 times, right? So some of you might have just gone through bosses once, right? So but then again, even if even if that option is available to you, it I always felt like challenged. And what I mean by that is if I don't have the things that it's weak to, it's like I'm trying to solve a puzzle. It's like it's like chess now, right? So how do I beat him? I still try to go through the fight. Now something that could be simple like a 10, I don't know, like a 5-minute fight stretches into 20 minutes because I'm looking for how to cheese this dude, how to beat this dude, right? And when you finally do and you don't need to get out of it, it's so satisfying. Oh god, it's so satisfying. But and you know what, man? I just I've been we've had this conversation before. I've been giving 13 a lot of shit, and the guys who made 13 are the guys responsible for this. So I'm so sorry, dude. I just found out today. I just found out today because I was checking about what other people thought about it, right? And I picked up some trivia from the comment section. There's this guy that says that there's this guy that said, I wish I could have gotten the username so I can credit him in this. Thank you, random guy, um, who said that the team responsible for Final Fantasy 13, and mind you, I never really played 13 because I hated it, are the same people responsible for this. There's That's why there's a stagger system. The only thing I remember from 13, it's not as good, the paradigm shift, right? The paradigm shift that would get you to a staggered system. So yeah, this wasn't fully realized. They weren't able to fully capitalize on this during 13, but now they've done an excellent job, right? When you stagger somebody, right? I don't know if this applies to you, if you feel that way too. When you stagger something or somebody, it's so satisfying, right? It's like you figured out the puzzle. Like
Yeah.
when at first when you saw there are two gauges, right? There's the
Hmm.
HP bar, the life bar, and the bar below it. For those of you who have not played Final Fantasy, the bar below it represents the stagger meter. And when you're able to fill that, they'd be like pressured. They can't
It's
attack you. They can't do anything, right? So,
taking a cue from fighting games, right? Especially like Street Fighter.
ooh, yeah, like blocking the block meter. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
That's a very good analogy.
and the stun bar, where if you fill up
The
the
stun.
stun bar, you get rewarded. So,
Mm,
and
with a filtering.
what I noticed about this battle system is that you don't just have staggers. Like if you really if you don't have the assess material and you never you never had, you know, the because sometimes it's just a waste of time for some people. You know, just I don't need the SS materia as long as I can see what kind of element this monster is. I'm just gonna use an element that's opposing to it, then it's probably gonna be the same. That's what I do.
Well, now that you mention it, though, now that you mention that, right, the game also does a very good job of like
Telling you,
telling you
yeah,
what's up, right? It's like even if you don't have the assessment here, even if you don't, because I'm just gunning for the platinum trophy. That's why I assess every single time. Um, it does a good job. Like, okay, dude, I'm gonna cast this, so you can't do shit. All right. So okay, so you don't hit me because that's not gonna do anything. And you go and you still hit him, then you learn the hard way.
mhm,
Okay, cool. I believe you now, right? And then when that's gone, all right, brother, it's gone now. Let's fight, right? So
yeah,
the game kind of does a good job of giving you clues
yeah,
as to what the weaknesses are, what you're supposed to do while kicking your ass,
yeah,
right? So yeah, I get you, man.
yeah.
You don't really need the assess materia, but you know, um,
It's a good
if
tool,
you're
though. It's a good tool.
after, if you're after rare materia from what's his name, the nerdy kid, with a
Chadley.
really nerdy name,
Chadley.
Chadley, right? If you're looking for rare materia from Chadley, assessing would be a great way to go.
And one of the first
But what a
battles.
waste! What a waste of a materia slot, right? Oh
Yeah,
man.
I know. Yeah, but you need it, and I upgraded to Tifa to to actually have like 5 materia slots right away for the weapon, or
Okay.
for not for the weapon, but
Okay.
for at one point. So she has 5 materia for uh I don't know, I forgot what it's called. Like at the top, like there's the materia plus the summon materia, and then at the bottom you have like
Yeah.
whatever it's called, like accessory or weapon, right?
For the
So
accessory. Yeah.
the weapon materia for on my playthrough, my current playthrough, she has like 5, and then 4 at the bottom. So I'm like, I'm good. I'm gonna put everything in this girl, and she's gonna like it. That it sounds bad, but okay. Okay, so one of the first one of the first times that you actually get to learn, if you're new to RPGs and if you're new to um, Final Fantasy, one of the first fights that you get to learn this mechanic is with the Hell House. The Hell House will test your knowledge with magic. I'm pretty sure.
Element.
Yeah, with elements. So when the Hell House is on fire, you use Blizzard or Ice. When it's on in lightning, you use whatever.
And I got none of those for the Hell House fight. So that's kind of stretched to 25 minutes of me. Just take it, man. We will be over soon. Oh, jeez.
If you watch my
Just take it off.
if you watch my stream where battled the Hell House,
Yeah.
I was at first I was like, yeah, why not? And then I railed on it like I usually do with Cloud, because yeah, spam square. That's it. 1 1 1 1 1. This is not gonna work out. Come here, Aerith. So let's kill this bastard. And
Yeah.
I kept throwing Firaga at it, and I'm
Yeah.
like holy shit, like what the hell? Why is it healing?
Then the elements change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the other,
It's a good point. It tests you.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's been a while since I played the original game. I don't know what these bosses are now. Like,
I forgot. I forgot that there was a house.
hmm.
I forgot that there's a you're supposed to fight a house, right? I thought I was just gonna fight a dude, like a normal dude. That's why I never brought anything to the dance. I just got assessed for Cloud and his counter stuff, and then my Aerith has auto heal and healing things. So she's essentially useless. So that simple fight where you just figure out its weakness, right? You'd
Hmm.
probably not spend a whole lot of it. I went around 25 to 30 minutes just taking it in. All right, man, just take it. Just heal me quick, and let me do my job again. Let's
Sure.
go. My God,
God damn, yeah,
I
sure.
didn't want to get out of it, like to just intentionally lose or just to quit to checkpoint or whatnot. I didn't want to do that. Like, let's just go. All right, let's see if I can beat it. This game also does a good job of challenging you, right?
Mm,
Like
yeah.
yeah, I think it's gonna nudge you. You know, it's like gonna tap you in the shoulder. Yeah, I think you can kill him, right? And you believe it. Yeah, yeah, I can kill it. When you're underprepared. No, so it's not gonna be a fun time for me. But it's gonna, yeah, you can do it, man. Like the game, yeah, you can do it, man. Believe in yourself. And you think, oh, dude, okay, you're not prepared for it at all.
Yeah, and that's a good point. These are all new stuff, right? These are all the new stuff that we're talking about right now. Um, that the game has, and uh, we also glossed over this. One of the new things that I did like about this game is um, you get a backstory and you get more information about Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse.
Jesse.
Jesse is you go into you go into her house. You see her dad right in the bed. You
Mm.
get to go around, read some stuff with Wedge. You get to you look at you see him with his cats and all that. You go to his house, you talk to him, and at that moment with Aerith, that he tried to yeah, you can do this. Like,
To be brave.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that that gentle giant side of him comes out. Like you learn more about this guy, and it's not ugly to look at. I don't know what to say, but I just appreciate it, man. I just appreciate that we get all these new things. Apart from the new shiny outer cover of the game, we
Mm.
get more out of what they
It's
had
not.
before.
Yeah, it's not like the old '97 product and put a nice wrapping around it, and here you
Mm.
go, fans. Right? So they really right. And since we're talking about something new, man, I cannot stop talking about the combat. Since we're talking about new stuff, right? It's just the strategy that goes into it, right? I
Mhm.
love the. I'm not saying that the old '97 did not involve strategy, but here you got to take into account the roles of your teammates. What is Tifa's role? What is Barrett's role? What is Aerith supposed to do? Right? Um, like and balancing for this game is great. Like I never, obviously I'm playing normally, don't have access to the hard difficulty yet, but I never found a challenge that is like impossible, right? So balancing is fantastic, and like I said, right, when you lose, it will just you can just go back to the checkpoint, equip what you need, equip the material you need, and go fight again, right? So something new, engaging. I just want to get into fights. I just want to fight because of how good, how nice the combat system is. It's something new.
I know what you mean.
Fantastic
I
job.
know what you mean. It gets you pumped like the first 30 minutes of the game, the first hour. Let's
Mm,
just call it the first hour. It gets you pumped, right?
yeah,
And then you finally get to Sector 7, and you're like, I kind of want to fight more. What is this? And then it gets you
yeah.
to do exposition.
Can we fight? Like, like, can we just fight? No, no side quest. All right, cool. Right. So, but yeah, something that the game doesn't really tell you, right, is like you don't need to be Cloud all the time. It doesn't directly tell you that, hey man, you don't need to be that guy all the time. Try the other people. Them-
Eh,
they're getting lonely. Try the other people. Right. So right. So um initially I was so tempted to just stick to Cloud. Like just let the AI handle it. And then I realized the hard way that all the AI does would be regular attacks. And even then, even if they do regular attacks, their ATB gauge does not fill as quick.
yeah,
Right? So it's really a matter of strategy. It's about who needs a gauge fill. Who needs to refill their gauge? All right, let me switch to you. Right? And the thing about it, it's so tempting to just watch the special moves, right? The animations, right?
but
It's
you
so
have to
tempting
move
when
on.
when you but you have to switch to a different character to fill their
True.
ATB gauge. But it's so tempting because it looks so good, right? So the limit breaks, the cross slash, right? It's so tempting. Just this is cool. Let me watch this. When you could be switching to a different character
Yeah.
and dealing damage, and filling your ATB gauge. The balance that this game tries to get from you, crazy. That's why when you stagger an enemy, it is so rewarding, right? When at the first bit of the fight, you can't fill the stagger gauge,
Mm.
right? But once it starts to fill and you finally stagger him, you kind of like, yeah, I got it, I'm a genius, right? And it feels so satisfying, it feels so nice, and then you kick its ass.
Yeah, yeah,
Great
yeah.
game, man,
It's
great
similar
game.
to like, yeah. We talk about Street Fighter now. Now, I think the
Yeah.
best comparison of the feeling of this. Um, Not Street Fighter, because the stun gauge and all that stuff it comes quick. But I think the best comparison to this is Sekiro.
Sekiro, yeah,
The
yeah.
what do you call that? What
Of
do you call
the,
that? That shiny red thing on the top, right? It fills.
uh,
What do you call that?
I forgot. It's off, puts them off balance. Yeah.
Stance. Was it
Um,
stance mirror? Shit.
I think so. I forgot.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And you rail on them once, like it's so satisfying too. Like when you get that staggered.
it's over. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was talking about this
Oh man.
earlier. I was talking about this earlier. So even with the stagger system, like which I will get to here. So this is what we're talking about, right? Like on my screen.
Mm.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about.
There,
So
the stagger.
mhm. So you can do this, and rail on the opponent, but there are certain moves that either Cloud or Aerith performs, mostly because that's who I use for just going up close. Up close, you get like a mini stagger at some point. Like if you do the whirlwind punch, with some opponents, they get knocked down pretty quick, and then
Mhm.
you can do, yeah, like a few quick attacks and fill that gauge pretty quick, right?
Hmm.
And
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 even then, right? Even if you got that opportunity, you have to understand what attacks would stagger them faster,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because
that's
not
true.
all attacks do. They're different, right? So it's like the strategy. It's a thinking. You get to think, right? It's not just a simple square, 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 square. I win. Yes, no, right? So I love the part where you have to think. What would make him stat, especially if you don't assess, right? The challenge there is to find out what staggers him faster,
Mhm.
right? Because especially for boss fights, right? You can't do a lot if you can't stagger the boss, right? So when you finally figure it out and you know what you need to do, oh, dude, like, yeah, I got it, I got it, I got it. I'm gonna hear that winning music again in my head, right? So there,
but
man,
but
man, I can't stop talking about the combat.
yeah, but what I don't like about the combat is the camera lock system, the one that they introduced. Yeah, I think it's great.
Mm,
I think it's great. I think it's great that you have this. Like it works for Monster Hunter, sure, but the camera lock, for me, sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. Like I can't say 50-50 really. Maybe like 70% of the time it works, like 30% of the time, like if you're in a bad situation, like in a bad place, right? Where it's like a really small space that you're fighting in, and you try to rotate the camera, or your enemy, since you're locked on him, goes to a certain place that pushes the camera towards your character, and then oh, I can't see shit, I can't see shit. So you unlock the target, but then if you don't move your camera fast enough, then you lose sight of it, and then you just rail on air, like just hitting air every time. That happens to
mm,
me. Well, maybe because I haven't really fully grasped the system yet. Because I haven't really farmed or do anything. I mean, I get I get I get to do the restart from last battle a lot of the time. So yeah, that's my main problem with the battle system. But everything else that comes with it is great. It's just that the
mm.
camera is just the one that's bothering me. So
I
yeah.
I think that happened to me. That happens to me too. Like it doesn't go after. Sometimes it wouldn't go after the enemy that you want to go after. It kind of goes to somebody else. That's my problem. Like, "Oh, wait, wait, wait. I've almost staggered this guy. Why are we hitting the third guy? Let's go." Right. So I've almost had it, and then he recovers and whatnot. No, and you have to do it all over again. So,
It,
man. So yeah, I think
it
um
happened to that. It happened to
I
me
have.
during. I don't know if that happened to you at that in the same battle. I kind of want to know. Those three thieves that tried to steal from you. From
Oh,
the under. I forgot. Like it was Burke, Beck, and something. I forgot the other guy's name. Billy,
Yeah,
was
the
it?
Butch,
Butch. And then they
Butch
hired,
Cassidy,
this big ass guy, right?
fourth guy. Yeah, I do not have that problem with weaker folks because of triple slash. Triple slash is your saving grace. I
Well,
love triple
with
slash.
Cloud, yeah, but sometimes I tend to use Aerith. So, uh,
Oh, you're okay.
yeah. And when you do the dive
When
kick, you
I
don't
have
get to see the dive kick.
when I have minor characters, when I'm faced against minor characters, I know that isn't the boss. When Cloud comes in, I just immediately go for a triple slash. Then my backups usually finish the job if I don't already.
Yeah, true. But I haven't really studied how to. I mean, it should probably be the same, right? We're still in the realm of the new stuff here, but uh, I still haven't really um gone into what the materials can do for me. Like I know for
Mm,
a fact that you level them up, and they give
hmm.
you certain stats when you stack them together in a certain way,
Yeah.
and that's about it. I think there are new materials that um, that just does something. I don't know about you, but I saw this one that you get. So I forgot where you get this. Something the pedometer materia.
Oh yeah, when you have to here's a tip for everybody that's still listening, if you're okay being spoiled. That's a material you get and then you have to take a certain number of steps. That's important because when it levels up and it doesn't level up in battle, it levels up with you walking around. So if once you complete 5,000 steps, I think it would evolve into a very nice materia. Yeah, I can't from the top of my head. I can't remember if there's an equivalent like this in the original Final Fantasy. Mm,
Because
wait, let me check.
we played that game, but it's been a while, and exploration of the comparisons, like which we will get to, right? We will get to the comparisons before we end the whole thing, because
Mhm.
that's kind of a big deal. So that's what we're gonna go to. Um,
Oh, there. Once you complete, yeah, I don't think. Wait, pedometer. Let me see. Oh, it doesn't say if there is an equivalent in the original Final Fantasy. Oh, no. Yeah, I don't think so.
right.
Yeah. So that's nice. I'll give you a tip about that now. If you get 5,000 steps, it's going to change into AP up materia. So if you link it to a materia, it will get more AP. So you get to level something up faster. So that's something you might consider getting. Oh, sorry, you got it. Something you'd want to level up.
Interesting, interesting. Makes me want to play right now and walk 5,000 steps.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna stream the game and just walk. That's
you're
it.
gonna grind anyway, so
True, true, true.
you're, you're
I'm
gonna
at
walk.
the side mission stage where I have to rescue three chocobos from, not rescue, but get the three chocobos. Uh,
Mm, okay.
that's one thing. Um, what else? What else is there that's new that we haven't talked about yet?
New, new.
Maybe we're still like we are still at chapter 14, and we're still waiting
Yeah,
on.
still get to the nitty gritty. So
Yeah.
far, since there is no need for it, there is no fast travel. So far, that there since there is no need for it,
Oh
or maybe that's something I missed.
no, there is kind of a fast travel. There's a
Oh,
chocobo.
okay, cool.
There's the once you get to the point where you have to rescue the three chocobos. In chapter
Oh, okay.
14, those stations that you walk you when you pass by when you walk around, like there's a
Mm,
chocobo stop.
for Chocobo,
They're
from
gonna be
Chocobo Sam.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna be available.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay. Cool.
so you can use that for like 300 gil. It's 300
What?
gil everywhere. Like
What?
if you go to this point, it's gonna be 300 gil. If you go to Walmart, it's gonna be 300 gil. I'm like, it's not that far. It's
Yeah, just walk it
just walk it.
like I do in real life.
It's not that far, but I don't know. I want to see the animation if there is one, because I always like chocobos. So I
I
actually
like Chocobos.
I actually want to own one. Uh, it's, it's
Possible,
hard.
yeah.
It's hard
Get
to
me to work.
probably.
Let's go.
All right.
Get me to work.
We've been
What
avoiding
else?
this.
What else?
We've been avoiding this, and
Yeah.
we haven't really talked about this in any of the conversations
Yeah.
that we had at any point in time. But this has always been a part of Final Fantasy. This has always been, and you'll see that here on
Let
the
me guess.
screen.
Let me guess. Yeah. Tifa or Aerith?
No, no,
That's
no,
what you're gonna ask.
no, no, no. You
Oh,
can see
all
that.
right, all right, all right,
Nah, well,
all right.
we'll talk about that later. Okay, I want to go to. I want to gloss through that too, but I'm talking about this.
All right,
I'm
all
talking
right.
about this on screen right now,
Summons? Okay.
because
What about the
it
summons?
it's always been a big part of the Final Fantasy series. In
That's
12,
true.
in
That's true.
12 they had very different ones. In 7, you had a lot. You had Knights of the Round. You have what else?
Leviathan.
Leviathan.
The
Of course,
three Bahamut.
the basic Shiva, Ifrit. Um,
Ifrit.
what's the name of
Ramu.
what's the name of the dude that was the
Titan.
Titan? There you go. Um,
Yeah, and the three Bahamuts. You have Bahamut Neo, and Bahamut Zero. So yeah,
uh, what
a
else?
lot.
What else? What else? What else? What else? What other summon material? I don't remember if.
Carb for
Ah,
7?
let's see. Let's see. Let's
I,
go ahead
I
and
can't
check because we're here already and it's been a while. So let's go ahead and check.
because you DLC. Assuming there is Carb original 7, or maybe that's just really um for DLC. Fat Chocobo, the Fat Chocobo, you get to see Carb.
Let's see. Summon material list. Here we go. Choco Mog. That's a DLC character. You get that. Shiva
Even
Ifrit.
no, oh yeah, 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 you're right, you're right.
This one's
Ramu,
for the original one.
Titan, Odin. Okay, yeah, Odin, Leviathan, Bahamut. Oh, this one is the goat, right? I can't recall.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. This one. This
Yeah,
indeed.
I remember that. Or bull,
Alexander, of
whatever.
course. I always
Alexander. Okay,
forget this dude. This is the castle, right?
that's why I always forget.
Yeah, because nobody
Yeah,
really likes him.
Castle. I don't really like Alexander. Phoenix, Neo, Bahamut, Hades. I can't.
I think this is the equivalent for Diablos for on 8 at 8 in 8 at 8.
Who? Doom
Hades.
Train?
Hades. Because there's no
Diablos?
Diablo.
They're Bahamut.
Remember in 8 there's this black kind of vampire thing? Let me see.
Vampire.
8 GFs.
But yeah, from the lamp, right?
Yeah, Diablos. Yeah, I was right. It sounds like the monster from from Monster Hunter, but it's not.
Yeah, yeah, from the lamp.
Yeah, from the lamp. Yeah.
You go to. Yeah, yeah.
So Shiva, there you go. So these are all of them, right? Doom Train, Cerberus. I forgot who this is.
Oh wait,
The
Quetzalcoatl. Is that how you pronounce it?
uh,
Shiva, Ifrit, Siren, the brothers,
brothers
right?
Diablos. I,
Diablos, Carbuncle, Leviathan. Who are you?
is this
I
Carbuncle?
forgot who
Isn't
you
this
are.
Carbuncle?
This Tonberry,
Tonberry. Yeah. Oh yeah, Carbuncle. Yeah. Tonberry.
Cactuar, Eden,
Bahamut.
Leviathan, Bahamut, Doomtrain, Alexander, Cerberus. I don't know who this is. I forgot who this is.
This one?
The level 88. No, that's Eden, right?
Oh yeah,
This one,
Eden.
level 88.
Krezakot. Ifrit. Diablos. Siren. Okay, they're going at it with the Carbuncle, Leviathan. Pandemona.
Mona, I can't recall. I
I
can't
don't
remember
remember
you.
this. I don't remember using this guy.
Yeah, neither do I.
I don't remember collecting him either. I remember collecting Bahamut. It's in the island
Yeah.
closest to Hell, right? Location once you access Ragnarok spaceship, get deep sea center at the bottom left corner map where, yeah, the island closest to Hell. Yeah. Anyways, it's FF8. Like, forget
Odin
it.
just
Odin.
yeah, and Odin dies. Right. Odin dies, gets replaced by Gilgamesh.
Yeah, Gilgamesh. Yeah. But yeah, we need to talk about summons. What do you think of the new
The
summons?
collection so far,
Well, we only have
I like it, man.
we only have who?
I like it because so I have so far I have Fat Chocobo, I have Ifrit, I have Shiva, I have Leviathan, I have Cactuar from the DLC, I have Choco and Mog from the DLC.
Holy shit! I don't have Leviathan
Yeah,
yet.
that's it. Beat it. VR mission.
Oh, is it? I don't know where Chadley is right
With
now.
is
Oh
he
shit!
not in the same? Because I didn't check. I haven't checked. Is he not in the same space as
Location?
he would be in?
I haven't checked either, so I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, I'll look for Leviathan. But Shiva and Ifrit, very different. Very different for me. But no, 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 not.
I no no. I remember the aesthetic of Shiva. Yeah, that's a Final Fantasy VII Shiva with more bang for your buck, of course. Um, there. See, same aesthetic as the original. That has that ponytail, has that wrap around her. So yeah, I remember that. I remember that Shiva.
How did she look like
Um,
in 12? This is Shiva in
12.
12. This is Shiva in 12.
Yeah, the cruisers are the summon names. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
remember that from 12.
Crap. They really changed it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but going back to what she looks like
but
in
I like it.
7.
But I like it because when they join you, it's a welcome addition, and that animation, and when the time runs out and they um their
Either the
move.
either the time runs out or or the owner of the materia dies or gets knocked out, then they'll
Oh, I
perform the
didn't know that.
final. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen because it's
I
not
didn't know
gonna
that.
stay even if the gauge is still full, right? If
Yeah.
that character who owns that summon materia gets knocked out, it performs its final attack. It happened to me in a
Oh,
very inopportune time when I was fighting ghosts, and the ghosts changed their elemental elemental power to fire.
their invulnerability. Okay, yeah.
They changed it to fire. My chocobo ended up giving it like 2,000 heal points. So I was like, dude, what? tiny chocobo, right? It had like the flare power or flare final attack. It's like, damn, like I just it was hard, man. Like what a, oh, I got pissed. I got pissed so much. And it was exactly at the moment because Barrett has that, and he's the only one who could do the whole um, summon thing with at that point. So I got him. I put him out, and then it changed their stupid element, and I fucked myself over with that one. That's I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful with that. I don't want to be bringing out Shiva, and then yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, that's everything else that's new so far, and we're probably gonna be making another video once we complete this, right? I don't know if
Hmm.
it's gonna be as long as
Yeah,
this because this game,
I'm gonna have the same energy, man.
yeah,
I'm gonna have the same energy. I can feel it. I love this game. Jesus Christ.
and right now it's pretty much nostalgia driven. Before we end this with all the comparisons that we can do, like we're already at comparisons, like we're comparing Final Fantasy VII stuff to old Final Fantasy games and the old Final Fantasy VII game. So this is probably where we're gonna be ending this at comparisons because we have a lot more gameplay to do. Um, and in that note, what is the one thing that you're comparing this or not comparing it? You don't really compare this because it's its own right.
Yeah.
Um, but you can't help but have these comparisons because when you played 8, what does the Guardian Force look like in 7? Guardian Force? Are you a dumbass?
Maybe we can compare. The only comparison we can do is Crisis Core. And even then you can't because there's only really Zack, right? The
Mm,
so kind of close to Crisis Core to 12, and now that I know the team that made it to 13, so it's a mix of 7, 12, Crisis Core, and 13,
yeah, very interesting, very interesting. But
right?
but that's funny you say that because I kind of find the comparison better with 15. If I
With
remember
15.
the battle system.
Oh, right. I'm thinking of 15, not 12. 12 is more vagrant story. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. My bad. Yeah, 15. You're right. You're right.
12 is more like target system,
Yeah, the targeting.
very similar to
Right,
Vagrant
right.
Story. But we I gotta replay Vagrant Story. I know I can still deal with that kind of gameplay because it's pretty much Final Fantasy in a different coat of paint. But um, God, I wish they would make a
This first
remake
sword,
of that.
Fandango.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
It's Ashley Riot's first sword, Fandango.
yeah. Wait, let me list that down because, by the way, this is a whole different thing. Um, my streaming schedule with on Facebook on Epic Bird, I would be playing after I finish Final Fantasy VII. I will directly go to Crisis Core for a prequel stream for Final Fantasy VII, just
Mm.
because of the hype is still there, and of course,
I
um,
need me some Zack Fair.
I
I
need
need me
me
some Zack
I
Fair.
need me some more story for Final Fantasy VII, and then I will automatically go and jump to 9 and skip 8 entirely because I think I've played enough Final Fantasy VIII to uh, to last me a lifetime. Um,
Yeah.
but if they remade it, I mean, hello Square Enix, if you made it, let's still play it.
I,
Thank
I
you.
never I never fell in love with 9, but I do like the soundtrack. Fantastic soundtrack. The
Here,
beginning, the start screen.
mhm. Here's a quick tidbit for you, man. I never finished 9.
Never? Huh. I thought you did. Because between you and me, right? You like 9 better than I did. I thought
Uh,
you did.
yeah, because Beatrix is hot.
Beatrix is the best. My lord, I
Yeah.
was okay. But you know what? When I first played 9, I kept on replaying it, because somebody told me there's a way to beat her. Liars. right? Whenever you face Beatrix, you never win. She just saved the queen, and then you get wiped out, and it was over, right? So
Mm.
somebody told me at that point in time, you can. You just need to grind and level up. I only to find out years later that Beatrix levels up with you, bastard.
You see,
You can never win. Sorry, what?
that's some stuff that I need to know right away. Thank you for letting me know that.
Oh shit! Oh dang! I thought you.
Mm. Like
But
I
yeah,
said, I never finished it. I played until I already forgot. Like I probably remember if I start playing it, but it's gonna be a while because I still have to go through the entire Crisis Core game, which is kind of hours and hours long, and I still have a few more days to finish Final Fantasy VII. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going with that. And what else? What else? What else? What else? I think that's about it. I think that's about it.
I'm just gonna grind. I'm just gonna grind. You guys have heard this over and over and over and over and over. All I do is grind. I'm just gonna grind 7.
Yeah.
When I get to the final boss, I'm gonna be level 50.
Yeah. I actually did that for Final Fantasy X. Like I think I showed you my save file, right? Like the
Yeah,
last epic battle for me was boring because everybody was on haste. So in
yeah.
Final Fantasy X's battle system is one of my favorites because it was
I like that.
pretty pretty easy to understand. It was heavily turn based because you could actually see who's up next, right? And
It's just that the characters are forgettable. That's it.
y- yeah, the the one that
Titus,
the one that
Waka,
the well
Lulu,
Waka's the most
Kamari.
memorable. Waka's the most
Waka
memorable.
is just Zell.
Yeah.
Waka is just Zell.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, right?
he's the
From the look and whatnot.
he's still the first one you said Waka.
Because he's the first one you meet, right? He's the blitzball guy,
No, the first one you meet is
right?
Oren.
Oren, right? The dad's friend,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, the
Oren
Godfather,
with a.
the Godfather.
I like how his hand is always within, and then when it's time to fight, he puts it out, and then he puts his sword across his shoulder. That is badass, man.
Yeah,
I like Orin. If there is a character from 10, but Orin dies, right? Whoops.
yep.
For those of you who have
Come
never
on,
played 10,
it, it, yeah, the remasters are already out.
yeah,
So it's fine.
so powerful but dies. So I guess it's the same as Aerith in the original Final Fantasy. When you level her up, she has fantastic skills, and then somebody just takes her away from you.
Yeah, but I never got to disc 2 of 10, so sorry. I just had to. Just...
Damn, boy,
Okay, I'm
that
sorry.
burn.
I'm not gonna throw any more shade. Anyways,
It's not like they're paying attention anyway.
yeah, of course not. That's fine. Um, but yeah, it's one of my favorite Final Fantasies.
Self burn.
Stealth Bear.
Yeah. You go.
Yeah.
Go.
So and the battle system was very very interesting for me because I didn't have to. It was the first one that I didn't have to wait for some gauge to fill before I fought somebody. Know what I mean? It's like I
I can't
didn't.
remember 10.
I
10th battle.
I I I never realized what you could do with the accessories and all the other stuff that you upgraded your characters with. So when I learned that you could actually manipulate the turn, right? You'd see on the right side of the screen, or was it on the left side of the screen?
Oh,
I'm
the
not.
pictures.
Yeah,
Who's going next?
who's going
Right.
next? You could manipulate that by upgrading the speed of each character. So instead of casting haste and then changing it, what I did was I I used all of the the speed for all of the characters. Like if I could cram in something that would give me an advantage for speed for more turns before the enemy attacks, I would use it for whoever character that can utilize that. So when I did that, I like it would I would have Titus attack like 3 times before the enemy could attack. And at that point in time, Titus already has like what break HP limit and break damage limit, and strength up the wazoo for 99,999 damage. So I can deal like
Overkill.
yeah, I can deal like unlimited damage to an opponent or at least 300,000 damage to an opponent before he even touches me. But it
What
never
is this final weapon?
Blitz Ace. No. Um,
Bulg? Something bulg. Uh,
the final weapon, Khaled Bulb.
Valid bulg.
Yeah, it's the final weapon. Um, and the only time that it didn't work was with Dark Aeons because I had the international version. Um, when I've tried to fight Dark Aeons, that setup that I had, like usually in normal circumstances, I would have uh what do you call this, like three turns before an opponent, and everybody else like has two or same three, right?
Mm.
Dark Aeons, you're shit. You have one after it has 2 turns. You get nothing. So like, come on, and it's hard to beat this guy. This is one hit. Like Ixion, was it Ixion? That horse thing.
The goat horse, yeah.
Yeah,
I just remember Yojimbo,
your
the guy that
Jimbo.
asks you for money.
Yeah, you give him
The
one
guy that
gil.
asks you for money.
Yeah, you give him 1 gil and he does whatever. You give him
Oh,
99
Itachi.
ta Wakazashi.
Was this Excalibur? God damn it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And who's that?
The dog.
Gilgam.
He sends
Who's that? Who's that thing that you pray for every time? Like it's not a normal summon, right? Is it Gilgamesh that comes out randomly?
I think so. I think it's Gilgamesh, not Odin this time around. I think it's straight to Gilgamesh. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of
No, no,
comparisons.
wait. Gilgamesh. I think Gilgamesh. I think Yojimbo is the Gilgamesh of this game. Depending on your luck, depending on circumstances, he asks for money and he does random shit. Right? Remember that Aaron's gameplay? He gave it a lot of money and all it did was send the dog, right? And then somebody like I think it was you who gave it like a gill and it did his like strongest one because your luck was like ridiculously high. I
Ah,
think it was
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that. I remember that. Like, it's
I think
fine.
so. I think Yojimbo is the Gilgamesh of that game
Yeah,
because Gilgamesh does random shit, right? So yeah.
yeah. But speaking of comparisons, like that's what I miss. Like there no, maybe right now there's nothing, but hopefully in the future with the remake, with the part 2 or part 3 or part 4 or part 5, I don't know if it's gonna be that many parts. Imagine that.
So goddamn long. Goddamn long.
I think they would be stretching
That
it too much if they went for 5 parts. So,
for five
um,
parts, maybe four or three. Then Aerith, then Aerith dies on DLC.
it's
You have to
it's
purchase the DLC.
I don't know. But yeah, the one of the things that one of my main draws to this is because I was a Pokemon fan back then. You know this that I played Pokemon cards with our friends, and I played the Game Boy games and stuff. So it interests me to see like Guardian Forces, Materias, and summons or and Aeons, whatever. They were cool to me because it's not like they're Pokemon I know, but they're still companions that you fight alongside with. So um
Hmm.
I don't know. There's probably gonna
And
be a story
it's just
for you
it's
know.
just great that you can't use summons like whenever you want to. It's just fantastic that um
I
Like
haven't
to me,
I haven't figured that out yet. How do you use summons in this game? Like, how do you increase the rate of you being able to use summons anytime?
it's not something that you can command. It's like your limit. It's based on when you get hit, like a lot, and then that gauge starts to fill, and whoever wants to summon can summon.
All right,
Right? It's based on your health. So your
let's read
limit
this.
gauge and yours are summoning an additional gauge that, when filled, grants you the ability to call forth otherworldly entities to fight alongside you for a limited time. These summoned beings possess, yeah. So yeah, if you sustain enough damage, that meter begins to fill. So it's not something that you can, not like in the original Final Fantasy VII, you can just call whoever and does their final attack.
As long
No,
as you have the materia, right?
as long as you have the materia, it will manifest itself.
Hmm. This they really want you to utilize more of the gameplay than than normal.
Than just having a cheap tactic, because those materia, those final abilities really packs a punch. Those are lifesavers, right? Diamond dust, hellfire. Um, it's too bad they don't call it tsunami for Leviathan. What's that? Um, and what the other people do. So, alright. So
I don't have carbuncle. That's I don't know. Was it carbuncle?
I think
Tonberry?
Carbuncle is DLC.
Is it carbuncle?
Tonberry. That's eight. That's eight. Tonberry is eight. Carbuncle is here in seven, I think. Yeah,
Or sorry,
Carbuncle is here.
what's your DLC? What's the DLC? The material you got?
Mog, Choco and Mog, and then Cactuar.
Cactuar. There you go.
Don't worry about it. You're not missing out on anything.
Yeah, I
You
know,
just
but
need the four. The part one just has four. It's Ifrit, Shiva, Leviathan, and Bahamut. That's it. The first Bahamut.
oh, I get to get
That's it.
Bahamut in this game.
Yes. Oh wait, I forgot. You also have Fat Chocobo. Yeah. So there. I forgot about him. That's a nice dude to have.
Oh, I wonder what kind of stats Bahamut gets. Bahamut gets.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't have Bahamut yet.
Let's see. Let's see. I'm excited. Do you get Behemoth too? I wonder if we do.
I don't think Behemoth is. I don't think Behemoth is part of the summon list.
No, it's not a
Or are you talking
summon.
about like
The
fighting
monster. Yeah.
I think you will. Or no, I think the closest one we got in this game is the Abzu. That's it. The one in the sewers
Ah, yeah,
for
yeah,
Lord
yeah.
Corneo.
Yeah. I had a hard time with that, but when I figured out, oh, I didn't even use assess material. Like, oh, so I just gotta lightning bolt his ass and I'm good. Oh
And
no,
hit the horns.
yeah, fire. Oh,
Fire, I think.
fire. Sorry,
Fire.
fire.
Cause he's lightning.
Yeah.
Right there's lightning in his horns. You
Oh,
just
I
gotta
just have
hit
to.
the horns with a Firaga and you stagger him quick.
Yeah.
Why am I giving tips to our viewers? I'm kidding. You die. You can't do anything. It's hopeless. So
I was hoping that you get to fight him again though, like when he breaks that wall.
he ran away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping to.
But it never manifested
Just want to
again.
kill him.
Yeah.
I want to kill him for giving me dirty water. I want to kill him.
And what is this? Uh, once you escape that, or once you finish that fight and go through the sewers, you turn into a frog. It's a fucking what was that called?
I like it. I still have my sword. I like that I still have my sword from Cloud.
Yeah.
Jesus, the detail. I like that shit. All right, okay. And Aerith still has the bow.
Yeah,
I
it does.
like it.
It's awesome. I like it. It's really, really, it's really funny. Jesus Christ, that is amazing. That's what they did. That's it for me, man. Like, I got nothing else right now because we pretty much talked about everything. And I also took notes
Yeah,
of
okay.
stuff that you
Let me
told
just
me.
talk about the combat, right? So the
That's all for
Yeah,
me.
I think we're able to talk about everything we need to talk about for this game. This is just one amazing game. I can't wait for the second part of it. Like that's why I'm spending so much time. I told you right. I went back to chapter 10 to grind out some more before I reach the
Mm.
other chapters. I understand that you can do that in the later chapters or when you play it again on hard mode or you play it again. I understand you'll get more experience that way. I just want to be strong as fuck when I get to the finish line, and I want to spend as much time playing the game as I possibly could. Because once it's over, once I platinum this game, dude, looking forward to the next part. So, there she is. Hello.
But she's not the cutest girl in this game. Just the last thing, she's
Who?
not
Bastard. Then who is it?
Marlene.
Marlene? Cheap pop. That's cheap pop right there, man. Cheap pop. Cheap,
But it's true. Like
cheap pop.
the girls that look pretty good in this game is Aerith and Tifa. Sure, I'll give you that. It's hard to choose. I told you we're gonna go back to this. I told you we're gonna go back to this, and I'm gonna throw a wrench in your plans. It's Marlene.
Cheap pop, man. Cheap pop.
Marlene is the
Cheap pop.
cutest
If you're
little
going that
girl.
direction, I'm going Betty.
Who?
I'm going Betty. If you're going that direction, I'm going Betty. The friend with the cats. Marlene's friend with the quest with the cats.
Betty.
Mm, cheap pop. You and your cheap pop.
But 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 if you look at the
No, wait.
if you
No, no, no. You gotta answer. You gotta answer. Are you team Tifa or are you team Aerith? You gotta answer, man. You've spent significant time with the game. Are you team Tifa or team Aerith? Let's go.
we both know this. We both know Aerith dies. It's not a secret. It's not
Yo,
anything. Wait. That's
it's
not
just
anything.
part one. It's just part one. It's just part one.
It's just part one. Yeah, I know. But
It,
Not Tifa, but Aerith dies. She
this
gets.
point at this point in time, are you team Tifa? Don't you be looking at the future now? Who knows? Maybe the remake will save. Or the remake will save Aerith. You never know, right? So,
Okay,
are you team
to give you an answer, you already took the
Okay,
answers right out
okay,
of my mouth. You took them right out
okay,
of my
okay.
mouth. Who knows? They still might save Aerith. That's my answer. They still
So
might
you're
save Aerith. Yeah, of course.
okay. All right, all
Yeah.
right, all
I
right,
mean,
all
Tifa's
right.
hot shit. Of course. Like, look at this. Where is it? Look at
Tifa's
this.
the easy answer, is what I'm saying.
Look at this.
Yeah, Tifa's the easy answer.
Tifa is hot shit. That you cannot deny her of that. But her hotness is not what I like about her. Her strength is what I like about her.
When
The
when you
number, number of material I
when
can put
Chocobo
in.
Sam, right? When Chocobo Sam asks you, right? Tifa, what does she look like? The girl, a girl. What does she look like? A great fighter was my was my answer. And Aaron, I don't think that helps. And Chocobo Sam, oh, you're talking about Tifa. How did you?
Yeah. I forgot what I answered there. I think I said the same thing.
Great
Maybe
fighter.
a great fighter.
She has a great
Yeah.
body. She's a
Wait.
great fighter, and she's good with the books.
Yeah.
Those are your
I
options.
think I chose the same thing. A great fighter.
You're a great fighter. Yeah, that's what I. And then she, oh, you mean Tifa? How did you know? What the fuck? Did she kick your ass before she
Damn.
went willingly? How did you know?
Oh, we do end everything. I mean, there's still a lot to talk about this game, and we will be making another video once we get to the end game, or finish everything. But the most forgettable one, or the most forgettable thing about this game, for me, is Johnny.
I hate Johnny, but I think
Yeah, he's forgettable, man. Like,
no, because I need Johnny. I need Johnny for a trophy. Um,
What trophy?
you gotta witness the five Johnny incidents. Oh, that's a clue for those of you who are still watching. There's a trophy about witnessing the five Johnny incidents. So there.
Yeah. Sounds very
Uh,
cryptic.
so you already got the first one. The second one depends on who you help in Wall Market.
I helped
The
everybody.
third one, the third, fourth, and fifth are like um within the story, within the quest that you finish. But what's this? The second one depends if you side with Chocobo Sam or with Madame M.
I haven't gone back to that far to
No, 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 no.
see.
This is your first run-in with Wall Market,
Is it
right? So who gave you your quests? Was it Madame M or Chocobo Sam?
Madame M?
Oh, there. So you missed the second Johnny incident. You have to help Sam. You can always just replay it when it's all said and done.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't think
Well,
you're gunning for the trophy anyway.
oh no, you know that's never been a big part of me.
Yeah.
But I would love to see those scenes. That's the thing. What am I doing with Tifa? Come on, show me this.
Oh, and it depends. It depends on what Aerith will be wearing. So if you do all of Aerith, if you do all of Madame M's quest, you get the nice red. If you do all of Sam's quest, you also get the nice red. If you do just one out of them, you get the basic one, right?
Hmm.
Oh, sorry, no, 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 no. That depends what Cloud will be wearing. My bad, my bad. It Cloud would be wearing when that happens. So if you do all of Madame M's quest, you get the one with the crown, right? If you do the one that all of Chocobo's quest, you get the one with the black flower hat, whatever. But if you do just one quest, you don't do all of them. You get the most basic attire Cloud can get. Haha, cryptic for those of you who are still listening. You'll never know what I'm talking about, but I give you clues.
All
Because
right.
there's a trophy, right? You get all to get all nine of the dresses. So three for Cloud, three for
Yeah.
Aerith, three for Tifa. So you got to replay the chapters that are applicable to get the dresses.
Right. Right. Well, I think that's it for me, man. I got nothing else. I'm gonna go back and play the game after this. I'm gonna be streaming, by the way. So if
But we got to talk about the combat, man. Like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
I got
I'm
nothing.
done.
I
I
got
gotta play some more. I gotta play some more.
yeah.
I gotta grind some more, man.
Yeah. Knowing you, you'll probably be doing that the entire weekend. So that's it. We'll see you guys on the next video. We already have two videos up. The one is the first podcast that we did. This one is the FF7 talk, and then the next one would be next week. For would it be no? It would be on Friday, the same Saturday actually, because I need time to edit that. Um, for the June 4
PlayStation 5.
PlayStation event, and we'll hold off.
PlayStation.
We'll hold off. We'll hold off. I mean, I'm still raring to go. I can still talk, but I'm pure speculation right now and nothing else. I want facts.
PlayStation 5. So, okay, so my predictions would be we'd finally get to see the box. The box would be ugly as shit, but I don't care because I'm gonna get that for the games anyway. And Horizon 2. Those are my
And
predictions.
the battle system, man. The
Horizon 2
battle system should be.
in the combat. And,
All right. I'm good, dude. I will see you on Friday, I think.
oh,
Or no.
but wait, everybody, we'll have another stream on Monday to talk about the combat system.
Jesus Christ.
One episode dedicated to the battle system, to the
God damn.
combat system.
We talked a lot about that. Holy shit. Yeah, but it is the core gameplay, so kind of the part of the core gameplay. All right, that's
But
it
I
for
love
me.
this game. You,
Yeah.
you you will play this game, folks, and you will love this game. Jesus Christ.
All right. So
Okay, so my friends, this has been the first episode of the Fat Wheels Games podcast. Thank you so much for checking us out. And please take a look at our future episodes. We'll talk about everything under the video game umbrella and bring you all the news that you might have missed and all the upcoming nice fun stuff that our beloved developers would have up their sleeves, right? But till then, you stay safe. You
wash your
try
hands.
not to get sick, wash your hands, and desanitize everything. Right? So for Gerard, once again, my name is Ed. Thank you for watching.
Peace out, man. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we did a pretty good job there. I have a lot to
I
edit,
think
dude.
I think we did.
That's 2 hours
I keep
worth,
on
man.
moving, but I keep on moving, but I think it will be fine. I mean, I think